Hello everyone and welcome. You guys know that I'm always looking for the best technology for testing and diagnosing problems with your vehicles. Since cars are getting more and more complicated with every new model year, having a good diagnostic scanner tool on hand can save you thousands of dollars in wrong diagnosing by a bad technician, or having to take your vehicle into the dealership and paying high prices for every minor reset function. Now, I've tested Xtool scanners before, and I have found them to be very good diagnostic scan tools. The other week, I came across this scanner on Amazon, and I decided to test it for you guys. So today, I bring you one of the most advanced diagnostic tools that I have found so far from Xtool. This new diagnostic scanner from Xtool has the capability of the Xtool model D7, D8, IP616, IP819, and a TPMS scan tool all in one convenient scanner. So instead of having multiple scanners on hand, this one scanner has the ability to do almost all the testing you'll ever need at a fraction of the price. So let's unbox this scanner and see how it performs. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce another product review video or DIY video. Alright, there's a shot of the box for you. Let's open this guy up and see what I got this time. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So this is the Xtool IP819TP OE level all systems bidirectional scan tool, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $6.99, but they also have a $100 discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the scan tool itself, you get a USB cable to charge it up, you get a connector cable to be able to hook up to the dongle, because the beauty of this unit is that it does have a Bluetooth dongle, so you can go wireless. But if you have any kind of trouble in your shop with any kind of Bluetooth connections, you can also go wired. So wireless or wired, it gives you a choice, because the dongle has a connector on the back that you can use it, and that way you can have either way to go, whatever's most convenient for you. You also get the power brick right there to power it up, and it comes with North American, EU, and UK version of it. And you get a nice hard storage case to keep it all in, so that way it's protected when you're not using it. So the dimensions on this guy are very compact and lightweight. It's only 9.5 inches by 5 inches by 1 inch in thickness. And it only weighs 1.7 pounds, which is very lightweight. The warranty on this guy is 2 years, and it does come with 3 years of software updates. Now, one thing to point out, because sometimes people get a bit confused, you get 3 years of free software update included when you purchase it. You can continue the software updates after that if you pay for the update fee. But one thing to point out, because sometimes people go a little bit crazy on this, the scanner will continue to work after the updates stop working. You don't need to worry about that. Whatever you download onto the scanner is yours permanently. So even though you can't update it for the future, you can still continue to use whatever software you downloaded onto the scanner. So it's still yours, it still works, it will not stop working after the updates are done. Hope that clears that up for you guys. Now this scanner has wireless vehicle connectivity with the Bluetooth dongle, and it also has wireless Wi-Fi one-touch updates, which I'll talk about in a moment, and you can also print reports through your printer wirelessly from your shop. When you're in the vehicle, anywhere at all, just click the button on there and you can send it to your scanner. The scanner has a 7-inch touchscreen with 1024 by 600 HD resolution. This guy is powered by a 5,000 milliamp rechargeable lithium-ion battery, and it has a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor with 2 gigabytes plus 32 gigs of memory, and it runs on the latest Android 10 system. Now this is an OE level all-system scanner with 31 reset functions, bidirectional controls, active test EC coding, and full TPMS reset and relearn functions, plus IMMO key programming capabilities. That is a lot to do in one simple little scanner. This scanner can perform diagnosis throughout all the system modules in your vehicle, such as the ECM, BCM, ABS, SRS, EPS, TPM, PDM, BMS, SAS, HVAC, and many more. It can read and clear trouble codes, read freeze frame data, and retrieve ECU information. It can give you information such as misfire data, transmission fluid level, cylinder balance rates, engine RPM, mass airflow sensor data, fuel pressure, and more. This scanner can show live data in text or graph format, and it allows you to graph up to 8 PIDs in one graph. This scanner has advanced ECU coding such as performing online coding, component matching, adaptive data reset, and flash hidden functions to better optimize vehicle performance and customize your vehicle settings. This scanner has no IP restrictions, so it can work on over 10,000 cars globally and also works in 14 different languages such as English, German, Russian, French, Spanish, Italian, and more. The scanner supports CAN FD protocol to be able to communicate with GM vehicles 2020 and newer. This scanner also has complete TPMS functions including TPMS relearn, activate, diagnostic, and programming. This scanner can also do key programming with full IMMO functions including read pin, add new keys, remote learning, replace all lost keys, etc. This scanner has 31 reset functions such as oil reset, EPB reset, SAS adjustment, BMS reset, throttle relearn, ABS bleeding, injector coding, transmission match, 0-point calibration, HVAC module calibration, injector balance, ECU configuration, turbo calibration, idle relearn, seat weight sensor calibration, fuel trim reset, crankshaft sensor relearn, and many more. So this scanner is ideal for both the shop technician and the DIYer that owns the latest vehicle models and wants to be able to do just about everything on their own. If you want to be able to diagnose and troubleshoot any problems with your late model vehicle, this scanner can help dig deep into the system and give you all the information that you need. It can also give you live data and allow you to do bidirectional controls so you can find and isolate any given problems. This scanner can also help you reprogram modules and the ECU as needed after you make the repairs. It also allows you to swap out the TPMS sensors or keys without having to pay the dealer or technician to do it for you. If you lost your keys and want to add new ones, or if you live in a snowy area where you need to swap out your tires once a year, this scanner can save you a lot of money by allowing you to do all these changes by yourself at no cost to you. So let's test this guy out and see how it performs. Alright guys, so let's take a little closer look at the scanner and get a little bit more familiar with it. Now, if you've ever used an Xtool scanner before, or if you've watched any of my previous videos where I've reviewed Xtool scanners, you're going to notice that the setup is pretty much the same. It's very similar to all the other Xtool scanners out there. The same software, except where if you go into all the different functions, it has more than many of the other scanners. Like I said, this scanner has about 4 or 5 different scanners built into one. So it's very convenient in that respect. So let's go through and take a look at some of the different things that it has. So if you look right here at the remote control, that is basically your remote assistance from Xtool. If you have any kind of problem or anything, they can help you remotely. The report function right there is where if you have a shop and you want to create reports for your customers, you can use that function. Or if you want to create reports for yourself, if you're a DIYer and you want to keep track of everything that you're doing. The special function up here is all the different special functions or reset functions that are available with this scan tool. And I'll let you take a look at that. And it has quite a few available under this category right here, under this little tab. But not all of them are available through this window right here, as I'll show you later. But let's scan down and take a look at some of the other ones, and you can see what's available for your particular vehicle. Now, some of the other functions that are available are under the diagnosis window, and I'll show you that when we go to that in a moment. So you have to go, some of them are very vehicle specific, so you have to go under the diagnosis window to find them. Back out of here and basically back up to this window. Now, as far as the settings go, that basically is for setting up your units, language, Bluetooth connectivity, all that kind of good stuff. And then on the updates, it is a one-click update where basically it shows you all the different updates that are currently available. And I already did some of them, but not all. So you can see some of them are still available. So it tells you what is currently available, and that'll update every time you turn on the unit. Now, going back over here to the front, most of these scanners, you're going to see the big red button here generally just says diagnosis. This one is split in half, where basically part of it is for diagnosing and part of it is for TPMS. because where this unit really shines is that it is a full function TPMS scanner and programmer, where some other tools can only scan and tell you what's going on or talk to the ECM computer. This one can actually talk to the TPMS sensors, the ECM, all the different parts of the different modules in your vehicle and program them and cause a relearn and all sorts of different things, as we're going to look at in just a moment. So let's go through, and basically I'm going to hook up my vehicle to it, and we'll go through the diagnosis and just take a real quick look at what is available under that part right there. So if we go through under the diagnosing, then basically one of the things also that is different about this scanner, the programming on this one, is that on some of the other ones that I've checked before, you probably may remember that generally up here in the corner, it'll say the auto scan or the auto VIN. This one you have to go a little bit deeper. But this one does have the My Vehicles up there. So basically, if you've already checked your vehicle before, you already have it in the system, you just go right back to that. But since I haven't done it yet, I go to Ford right here, and it'll start communicating to the vehicle. And then you can find the auto detection under this new window. So it's a little bit hidden further down, but it's still there. So let's go to auto detection. And then it'll bring up all the different things that are available for my particular vehicle. And like I said, when you go under system detection right there, then you have a lot more different things that are available that you can program and change and adapt and do different things on your particular vehicle. So you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the scanner, you can do more and more and more things with it as you go with each particular vehicle. Different vehicles will have different things available to them. So that's why it's under different windows, not under that special function window that we looked at previously. So let's go through and do an auto scan. And this vehicle will have one little fault right there, which is not a big deal. It is a nothing burger, as I call it, because basically it is a PCM error because I haven't driven the car enough. And I have to drive it for over an hour and go through this whole rigmarole procedure to get it to reset that, because you cannot reset that code by yourself, no matter what scanner you have. It doesn't matter. That is an ECM only reset code. So I have to ignore that for the time being until I can drive it enough and get rid of it. Anyway, let's go into the diagnosing right here. And then let's look at some live data. And here under the live data, you can see a lot of different things. I haven't started the vehicle yet. I will in a moment, but it will tell you information right here of what the vehicle is doing and what it should be doing. And that way it gives you a reference. If you don't know what everything means, it'll tell you what should be going on and what is actually going on. So that's very, very convenient. And you can see right here all the different functions, and you scroll through it, and there's a lot of information available. So I'm not going to go through every single last bit of it, but there's a lot of stuff there. And you can go onto the Amazon page, and I'm sure it gives you a lot of information as to what is available for this particular scanner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the vehicle, and I'm going to select a bunch of PIDs on here. I'm going to select 8 PIDs, so then we can do a graphing and see how that looks. So I'll be right back with that. Alright, so I have the vehicle running, and you can probably hear it in the background. I'm still over here on my workbench, but the vehicle is still running about 10-15 feet away from me because this is a Bluetooth dongle, so it's very convenient for me to do that. I don't need to be connected to it in any way physically if I don't want to. I'm on my bench taking care of all this stuff. So anyways, I selected 8 different PIDs, as you can see right here, 8 out of 269. And what you do is if you want to see them all together, what you do is you go to the custom right there, and then it pulls all the different PIDs that you want to look at into one window, and you can see them all very clearly and conveniently right there. And this is in the text format. And like I said, it tells you what it is and what it should be, and that gives you some idea of what is going on. Now, if you want to see them all in the graph format, then you click the graph right there, and it shows you 8 different graphs of everything that is going on. And that's very cool right there if you want to see them individually, what each one is doing, without it being very crowded into one particular graph. Now, if you want to put them all into one graph, then what you do is click the combine button. And there you have, it tells you up here all the different colors and all the different things that are going on. Like I said, sometimes if you put 8 together, it may be a little hard to see, it may be a little crowded and confusing, but sometimes you just need to do that. So there's just no getting around it. The good thing about this scanner is that it gives you the ability to do it either way. A few or many all the way up to 8, which is better than some scanners which only give you up to about 4. So 8 is a lot. So let me go give the car some gas and you'll see how this changes and how it keeps up with the vehicle. And there you go. That gave you a good representation of how quickly this keeps up with the vehicle. It's very responsive and easy to read when you're doing some kind of diagnosing. Now let's take a look at how this guy can do the TPMS readings. Alright guys, so let's talk a little bit about how this guy performs as a TPMS scanner. I have to keep moving the scanner around to keep it at a weird angle to avoid the glare from the lights in my shop. Anyway, so this guy can do a lot of different things. It is a full-fledged TPMS tool, where basically some other scanners may be able to talk to the ECM computer and then basically reprogram the TPMS sensors. They need an additional tool to communicate from the scanner to the TPMS sensors. So most other scanners, you need to buy an additional tool to help you program TPMS sensors. This one, you don't need to do that. It's all built in. In fact, you see right up here, there's a little indicator that you need to point at towards the valve stems of the tires, and that's how it will program the valve stem or the TPMS sensor on your given tires of your given vehicle. Now, there's 3 ways of doing this that I'm familiar with. 2 most common ways and then 1 less common way. The 2 most common ways are as follows. One of them is basically where you get this scanner to talk to the TPMS sensors, find out the information from each of the sensors, and then you go into the ECU computer and you program it with the information that you just got. The other way is to do it the other way around. You talk to the ECU computer, you find out the information of the TPMS sensors that are already stored in it, and you program the TPMS sensors on each tire to match what the ECU computer already has in its memory. So it depends on what you have as far as if you have programmable sensors or not. The third and less common way is basically to use this scanner, communicate to your ECU computer, and put it into the learn mode, where it will communicate to the TPMS sensors, and then it will learn what each one of them is, whatever the new ones are that you put in. Not all vehicles have that capability, so even though this one can tell it to start learning, not all vehicles can do that. That's why I said that is a less common way to do it. But as far as getting the information from your TPMS sensors, like I said previously, if you need to change your tires a couple times a year because of the changing seasons, then you're going to need to do this. So basically you go into TPMS right there, and then you see this one has the auto VIN up there in the corner. What you do is you hit the auto VIN, and then you can do the auto scan right there, and it'll start scanning for the different vehicles. And then you select the model of your vehicle based upon what it is. Like in this case, it's a Ford. So then I just have to go through and select the one that I have. And I have a Mustang. And then I select the year for my particular vehicle. And then basically this screen comes up right there, where you can start communicating to each one of your tires, your TPMS sensors, and get information from it. Now you see up here where you have the check, diagnostic, and relearn function. I don't need to diagnose or relearn, so I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger it right now and show you how easily this scanner can get information from your TPMS sensors, and then you go from there as far as reprogramming your ECU and so forth. So let's go through the trigger function, and then you put it right there. And then you see right there how easily it got the information from the TPMS sensor, and then you go around and do that to each one of your tires, and then you can store that in the memory of the scanner, and then you don't need to do that every time. If you're going to change your tires a couple times a year, you just go by the information you already stored in your scanner, and it makes it so much quicker and easier. So there you have it. That shows you how well this scanner works as a TPMS tool. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of the most advanced vehicle diagnostic scan tool that I have tested so far. This OBD2 scan tool from Xtool brings together the best features of 4 different scanners, plus a TPMS tool, all in one convenient scanner and programming tool. This diagnostic scanner from Xtool has the ability to communicate with and diagnose all the modules in your vehicle. It can reprogram modules when you do repairs, and it can also program keys and TPMS sensors for your vehicle. In other words, it can do just about everything the dealer can do, but at a much lower cost. So for the price of one scanner, you'll never have to go back to the dealer and pay their high fees to help you with any diagnosing or reprogramming of your vehicle. I think this tool really helps take the guesswork out of diagnosing, and it helps you with getting new modules talking to the rest of your vehicle. A very helpful tool to have on hand. Check out their Amazon page for complete details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.